What's up guys, Frugal BC here. Today we are reacting to a video on Altcoin Daily about Algorand and the Mooch, Anthony Scaramucci. That's right, the Mooch went on for about a half hour on the Altcoin Daily show. Talked to, I believe, Aaron from, there's two of them, there's Aaron and Austin, they're twins. I honestly can't tell them apart. And he had some very interesting things to say about Algorand's price and a prediction for that price. We're going to look at that because it's actually quite surprising. Not a target I would have expected, but we're going to look at that today. We're going to see what he has to say. So let's take a look at that.
You could see Bitcoin go from a $600 billion asset to a $6 trillion asset. And by the way, if that were to happen, it'd still be half the price of gold.
And then just, while we're here, your price outlooks for Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next couple of years, the next cycle.
Yeah. Well, listen, who the hell knows? I've been so wrong about this, and you should probably just do whatever I say in the opposite. Okay. So I believe, 12 months after the halving cycle, no reason why Bitcoin couldn't be at $100,000. Just given what I know about demand and given what I know about the cycle and where the miners are and so forth. And plus we may get some interest rate relief. And again, that's a 3x bump. That's happened in the world of technology all over the place. So it certainly could happen to Bitcoin. Ethereum, I'm not as close to, although we do have a position in. Could Ethereum be 4,500 by then? Why not? It's a great utility. Speeds have improved. The layer twos have helped it. Why not? Why couldn't it be 4,500?
So I actually think that's a really reasonable price target for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's about what I would expect. And I like the humility from the Mooch. I think he's acknowledging that he's been wrong before. I think a lot of us thought that Bitcoin was going to get a lot higher in the last cycle, and that didn't happen. We were thinking 100,000 then. So I think 100,000 this time is very reasonable based on our current price targets. Cracking that six figure, I think that's going to happen, and I don't think that's an unreasonable target for Ethereum as well. In fact, I think I would actually maybe put that target a little higher, like at 7,000, just because we've already touched those levels before. So I think that's pretty likely it will get there. But let's see what he had to say about Algorand.
And besides Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto in general, obviously, as you mentioned earlier, you're known for being an Algorand bull.
Yes.
But the SEC has, come down on Algorand and a whole host of other different altcoins. Are you still as bullish on Algorand today?
I'm bullish. When you say as bullish, I thought at $1, it could have easily gotten to $5. I've gotten this wrong. The thing is trading at 9 or 10 cents. So we went through a horrific bull market. Algorand as a layer one took it harder than other layer ones. And so, but could Algorand from here, because remember, we can only price ourselves today. We can't go back into the past. Could it be a 30-cent token as they continue their development and continue the adoption of what they're doing and bringing in corporations that love the technology? I believe it can. I didn't sell my shares because I see it as a package. I see it as a portfolio of securities. And so while I got that run wrong, I think we've done reasonably well in Bitcoin. Our average cost in Bitcoin is 17,000. We did reasonably well in Ethereum. That's in the $700-800 range. We're probably a little underwater in Solana. We're probably underwater in Algorand. But my point is if I step back and look at the whole picture, even though we had a very difficult 2021, I think I like where we are right now. I'm sorry, we had a difficult 2023.
So 30-cent Algorand is his target. Now he said could get to, which implies, of course, it could get much higher, but 30 cents is one of the lowest price predictions I've seen for Algorand. And considering he was talking about $100,000 Bitcoin and $5,000 Ethereum, or roughly thereof, seems to imply that he's saying Algorand could get there in the 30-cent range during the bull market. That seems really low. I've seen a lot of people making some crazy price predictions in the $100, $150 even range, or $120, something like that. I think that's not going to happen anytime soon. But 30 cents seems awfully low. I know we hit like 9 cents, and he is right that Algorand has gotten hit much harder than the others. It seems to be, and even today, let me show you something. Because if we look at, so Bitcoin, Bitcoin had a big pump today, almost 5%, right? And a lot of coins did that. Not all of them. There's some divergence today. Some coins lost a lot, so it wasn't one of those days where everything went up at once. It's actually a very divergent day. But if you look at Vestige here, this is what Algorand did. Algorand's still sitting at that 9.5 cent level, and it just didn't pump. It didn't fall like the other ones did. Interesting, we had that little flash pump there to not 10 cents, but somewhat close to 10 cents, but not exactly close. We still really didn't have much of a pump compared to some of the other coins, or it didn't hold. Very surprising. Yeah, so Algorand has struggled compared to other coins, which is something I pointed out before. It's not new news to anybody. So when he says that, he might not be totally wrong. I still think 30 cents is very, very low. Let's see what I actually put this out on Twitter, so let's see what some of those folks had to say. Okay, so I put this out on Twitter because I wanted to see what people had to say about this 30 cent price target. I put prices target. Oops, I misspelled. I did this on the Altcoin Daily Show, which we just watched. Let's see. I think 25 billion market cap isn't too much to ask for. What's that 30x from here? 30 cents is like, that's about 3x. So $3 would be a 30x, and that makes a lot more sense. Gavindro Persad says $1.75 to $2.20. It's kind of where I'm thinking. I'm thinking actually more in the $3-4 range, but it could be wrong. It'd be kind of sad if it didn't hit that initial $3 that it launched at. People forget this. Algorand actually launched at like it's like $3.19 or something, and then immediately crashed. Let's see. This person just says that they're going to be financially independent at 40 cents. Well, that's good. Well, hey, that's like a 30x or something like that. So, yeah, 40x. That'd be about a 40x from here. No, that'd be 4x. Sorry, that's achievable easily. Entire salary covered at $1.05. This person thinks $100, which would be 1,000x from here. I don't see that happening. I'd be an awful shock. Now, Kimchi said the 30 cent price target is rubbish because that's only 3x. I mean, it's an easy prediction to make, but I think it's going to be much higher than that. and Madan says $5 by 2035. We got a lot of people reacted to this. 95%. Minimum target is $2. He's saying Super Mackie thinks 87 cents is tough. Crypto creatine. Sorry, didn't like your reply. I like it now. $1.50. $1.50 to $3. Yeah, 3 to 5 by 2025 first quarter. Oops, I didn't share it. Dang it. So yeah, generally speaking, a lot of people think that it's going to be like $1. It's going to be somewhere between $2 and $5, I'd say, is the general range, which is kind of the range I am thinking as well. Now, some people got really mad when I said, I did a price prediction video and I didn't include a specific price. Well, that's because doing so would be absolutely foolish. There's no one out here is going to be able to tell you for sure that, yes, it's going to be $3.35 or $8.22. There's no one who's going to make that prediction because and if they are, they're full of crap, okay? What you're looking for is general ranges as your price targets, and I think we can draw a pretty reasonable range of $3 to $5. It's not that much more from what we had. It's like 50% more from the last all-time high, not counting the launch price. I'd say if we don't, I'd be worried about Algorand from an investor's perspective. If it doesn't crack that initial launch price of $3, like I said, it was about $3.19, somewhere around there, I'd be really, really concerned. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty interesting interview. I don't know if you know about the Mooch, but he was actually supposed to speak at Decipher last November, and I had been like contacting his team to try to arrange an interview, and I hadn't heard back from it. And then he was going to be speaking on a panel at Decipher along with Sam Bankman-Fried. He talked about on this video how Sam Bankman-Fried was a partner, or FTX was a partner in Skybridge Capital, partial owner, but not only a partial owner, had 30% stake in it. So they're working on getting that stake back. You can see the whole video, and you should see the whole video. I think it's really interesting. He had a pretty interesting conversation with the Mooch here, and it's definitely worth checking out. I thought it was interesting as well. But I don't know about his price target. I think he's being conservative because he overshot last time. That's my impression. But yeah, obviously the Decipher speech was completely canceled because he ended up, well, the whole FTX thing collapsed about a month before Decipher. It's crazy because that seems like so long ago, but it was only less than a year ago. Probably about a year ago that this whole thing blew up. Anyway, that's it for this week. If you haven't hit the like button, I'd love it if you do that, as well as subscribe to the channel. Get more stuff from Frugal BC. We got a contest going on right now on my Twitter, frugalbc.algo. You can search for that on Twitter and you'll find me. And we have a very cool contest going on where you can win a free pair of Gunny NFTs to play their upcoming game. It's completely free. You just have to do some liking and subscribing and retweeting. So check that out. And as always, I'm Frugal BC, and I will see you in the future.